Good morning, folks. We're getting ready to go for another road trip, going over to Timmonsville to Donde and Stephanie Campbell's Southern Trailriders. And Blair, the show must go on. Folks, you know Blair's getting married and she's having to work to pay for that wedding. I got her on a budget. So Blair, what do you think about all this being left behind?
Well, I'm kind of sad, but I know that you'll take one for the team and you'll have a great day and meet lots of new friends.
Really looking forward to it. I went over yesterday, Blair, and took some good old chick-a-ray, all natural chicken, so we know what we're gonna have for lunch. Last year, you rode and you was on DP, so this year I'm on Simpson. I heard you had fanny fatigue last year, did you?
I did. It was a rough ride, to say the least.
But folks, I'm excited. Gonna see some old friends and make some new friends, so stay tuned. When I come back, I'll be in Timmonsville, South Carolina.
Stay tuned for more exciting horse tales.
Horse Tales is being brought to you today by Campbell's Roofing, roof specialist for residential and commercial. By Arbor One Farm Credit. By Quality Auto Sales, for new and used cars. Make Quality Auto Sales your last stop.
By Alive Magazine, your devotional publication. Look for this in your local stores and online at alivemagazine.tv.
KG Smith Company, now stocking a full line of equine supplies. Visit them in Lake City. And by Cody Young, for all of your saddle repair needs.
Traditions. Start with the basics. Fresh, South Carolina grown, of course. Stir in lots of love. Add a dash of anticipation. Mix in someone's very special recipe. And top it off with the perfect meal. This is what memories are made of. Certified SC grown.
Welcome to Pieces, where you can find pieces for you and your home. Your one-stop shop for women's clothing, jewelry, gifts, accent furniture, and accessories for the home. Located at 1228 Celebration Boulevard.
If you want the feeling of real horsepower, come on down to Doug's Harley-Davidson, located in Florence, South Carolina.
Doug's Harley-Davidson wants you to come by and see why no other bikes on the road compare to Harley-Davidson's ride and performance. And after the sale, Doug's Harley-Davidson has the experience to service your new or pre-owned bike for years to come. And for the latest Harley-Davidson clothing and accessories, Doug's has the complete fashion look on and off the bike.
Doug's Harley-Davidson is not just a motorcycle, it's a way of life.
Southern Flooring and Interiors, Florence's premier flooring and decorating company. The talent, dedication, and experience of their staff gives them a leading edge in the marketplace. No job is too big or too small. Southern Flooring and Interiors, located at 1228 Celebration Boulevard.
Join me now, Stephanie Campbell, Southern Trailriders, and owner of Campbell Roofing, one of our fine new sponsors. Stephanie, tell me what's going on today.
Well, we've been having a trail ride for about 10 years now in Timmonsville, South Carolina, and this weekend, it's always the third weekend in October, and we have anywhere from 500 to 600 people. They come out. It's a family gathering. We have a DJ every night. We have a rodeo both nights, and we have everybody comes and just ride horses for the day and then come back and eat and dance and go to the rodeo, and we also have an auction on Saturday nights.
Stephanie, all breeds, all disciplines here today on your trail ride?
Yes, sir. We have anywhere from quarter horses, the Rackin, the Tennessee, the mules, the Percherons, you name it, we have it. They bring them from all over. We got the furthest I know of is Florida from here today. And they camp, they come in on Friday and they camp, and the trail rides is anywhere from 12 to 21 miles long. And they eat at a halfway point. We serve hot dogs and hamburgers, and once they leave there, then they'll have a short ride and a long ride, so they get to choose how long they want to stay on the horse today.
And you got wagons and all sorts of carts?
We have wagons and carts and buggies and covered wagons and a little bit of all.
Well, Stephanie, how much does it cost to participate in the Southern Trail Ride?
It's $30 per person. That includes camping for the weekend, the ride, and Friday and Saturday supper. We also serve breakfast and Saturday morning and lunch on the halfway point, and then the auction follows that, and then the rodeo.
Well, how do we get in touch with you? I know I'm friends with you on Facebook, so do you have a website or Southern Trail Riders Facebook? How do we do that?
We have Southern Trail Riders Facebook, and also Campbell's Roofing at bellsouth.net is the website, and also Facebook Stephanie Campbell. And when you sign in, we take the flyers and the sign-in sheets. We mail the flyers to you or Facebook you on that and let you know any information about the trail ride.
Well, folks, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to be running solo today. My crowd's here, there, and yonder today, so me and Simpson's excited about it. So stay tuned. We're going to get out there and enjoy Florence County, South Carolina.
There you go.
Folks, join me now. It's Wendy Bradley with Wendy's Auctioneer Company, right?
That's right, Dave.
Polk County, North Carolina. What brings you down to South Carolina?
Oh, well, we've met Donde, and Stephanie on the rides got invited just off of a flyer. Been coming for 7 years, twice a year.
Wow.
We love it.
Well, so what's going to be going on tonight as far as you auctioning and stuff?
We're going to have a tack auction. We're going to be auctioning tack, saddles, bridles, blankets, anything that pertains to a horse.
All right, and I understand you do a lot of benefit auctions and stuff.
We
Tell
do.
us about that.
We've had some cancer patients that we've done benefit auctions for. We've had a little boy had melanoma in his brain. Done some good stuff for folks. They're good folks down in this part of the county.
And so you do, you ride? What discipline you ride?
We ride quarter horses.
Right.
I ride a big dun. I'm particular to the duns.
Really? So we'll probably run up on you out there today,
Oh,
you reckon?
yeah, he's standing over at Turbo's waiting on us.
All right, I hear you. Well, how about get the folks a little slice of what you can do?
All right, boys, how you come on down here, boys? We got 10 now, but to give 10 and a half. 10 and a half here, got 11 here, but to give 11 now, 12, but to give 14, 14, but to give 15 now, 20. 20 now, but to give 5. 25 here now. Don't let him out, do you, boys? 25 here, but to give 5 now, 30. Sold, $25.
Folks, I'm glad my wife's not here because I think she'd liable to have me in the auction tonight. You probably get a little something from the old cowboy.
Oh,
what do you think?
yeah, we can get you, we rope you in, pull you in.
Well, folks, we're going to have a great time here today. Thank you, Wendy.
Thank you, David. Good meeting you.
Folks, one great thing I enjoy about trail riding was turning around a while ago and I looked up and Jimmy looked at me and I looked at Jimmy. And folks, Jimmy Baxley from Hemingway, South Carolina, good friend of mine and a great customer of mine. Y'all know I own a Chick-A-Ray Poultry, and Jimmy has been a good customer of mine for a lot of years. We were talking about horses. Jimmy, how long have you been back into horses?
I guess, David, about 20 years. I got back into it. Back when I was younger, I done a lot of riding, but I guess for the last 20 years I got into it and enjoyed it, and it seemed like I just expanded and own about 20 horses now, and just enjoy messing with them.
Well, we were talking about that. We're both in the same kind of industry. You in the grocery store end, and I'm on the end delivering poultry products to the grocery store, and it's pretty stressful. And you get home and get messing with the horses or come out on a trail ride with your family and stuff. It's just a great time.
Yes, it is, David. I really enjoy it. Come out with my friends and my family and stuff and enjoy a day of riding. It seems like there's nothing no more relaxing.
That's right. And how many horses you got at the house?
I guess I keep about 6 or 8 at home there. We ride during the week. We ride several times during the week, 4 or 5 times. And but mostly no short rides. Those are about 10, 15, 20 mile rides every ride we ride.
So who we got with us on the right over here?
This is Chelsea Street, Danielle Kip, China Gray.
And she's riding a little, what kind of little horse is that?
She's a quarter horse.
All right, and you're riding a nice little walking horse, right?
Right.
And what we got over here?
Another quarter horse.
All right. We're getting kind of bunched up here.
Yeah.
Well, Jimmy, it's good seeing you today.
Enjoyed it, David. Good to see you again.
You never know who you run up with.
That's right. Really enjoyed it.
Hi, I'm Ed. This is my horse Luke. We're from Timmonsville, South Carolina. We watch Horse Tales with Blair every Sunday morning, and we'll be right back.
Horse Tales is being brought to you today by Williamsburg Feed and Tack, your Seminole Feed and Carhartt clothing shop. Equestrian Images, making memories together. Carolina Hoofbeats, the Carolina's premier equine magazine. By Marsha Hewitt, equine specialist for the South Carolina Department of Agriculture. And by Mark Hossman Training Center, where helping people ride better horses is not just a slogan, it's an everyday occurrence.
If you want the feeling of real horsepower, come on down to Doug's Harley-Davidson, located in Florence, South Carolina.
Doug's Harley-Davidson wants you to come by and see why no other bikes on the road compare to Harley-Davidson's ride and performance. And after the sale, Doug's Harley-Davidson has the experience to service your new or pre-owned bike for years to come. And for the latest Harley-Davidson clothing and accessories, Doug's has the complete fashion look on and off the bike.
Doug's Harley-Davidson is not just a motorcycle, it's a way of life.
Traditions start with the basics. Fresh, South Carolina grown, of course. Stir in lots of love. Add a dash of anticipation. Mix in someone's very special recipe. And top it off with the perfect meal. This is what memories are made of. Certified SC grown.
Folks, Stephanie said the furthest person she knew was here today was somebody from Florida. But the old Cowboys found somebody from Czechoslovakia. I'll let you tell us your own name because I can't pronounce it.
Oh, it's easy. Sasha Federer. Nothing to it. Nothing to it. Just try it and it rolls. Yeah, I'm a little bit further back. I'm from Europe. I'm from Prague originally, from Czechoslovakia. And you know, I wanted to have a horse since I was in second grade. And it was not possible till I came to the States in 1972. And I've been here in Florence for the last 17 years, and I fortunately ran into a good buddy of mine at Anderson and bought his horse, and he's anxious to get out because he's anxious to run and ride. And I have a quarter horse, and I've been riding all the trails in South Carolina and loving it. Just a beautiful place to be, and great folks. So this is a dream of my life, and I'm going to the age where I can even take sometimes Friday off and go riding. So I'm a happy man.
Well, Ed tells me you're a psychiatrist?
Psychologist.
Psychologist.
Yeah.
Okay, we need to get into the old cowboy's head.
Yeah. No, this is how I keep my sanity, is get on the horse and ride. That's the best thing going.
Well, when you was in Czechoslovakia, what kind of horse you ride back there?
I didn't. You know, now you can ride, but when I was there was the communists were in power and nobody had anything, nobody had horses. Now people have a lot of horses, and I went last summer and went riding with a friend of mine, and there you still don't have fences, so we rode for a week, and but there are some quarter horses there, then there are some warm bloods there, but you can ride and ride and ride for days and weeks. So it's a beautiful place, but this is a great ride, and as I said, thanks to my friends here, I got to know all the trails here, and I love it.
Well, folks, we're going to see him on the trail.
All right.
Mark Training Center in Waxhaw, North Carolina with your tack tip of the day. Today we're going to talk about saddle fit and why it's important for your horse. Very often when I'm traveling around doing all kinds of clinics and stuff, I see horses with spots across their withers or along their back or somewhere, kind of like this little spot right here. If you look right here on your horse, you see white spots anywhere up around the withers or anything like this, it's generally a sign of poor saddle fit. That means your saddle is pinching your horse in the area around where the spots appear. This is David's horse DP. This is going away because his saddle fits better now. As horses grow, saddle fit changes, and it can even change during different times of year as the horse is either used more or less, and he fills in and gets bigger or smaller around the withers and across his back. Different shapes of saddles fit different horses differently. I'm going to show you a little way to get an idea of whether your horse is pinching, or whether your saddle is pinching your horse or not. You can take your saddle without any pads and just throw it up on your horse's back, just like we did right here. Just kind of rock it down into place. This horse will stand here for this. Set it up where it's going to go. And as we're looking at it, I'm going to put pressure on the front and the back and see if it rocks forward and back. A lot of times you'll see this going on because what's happening is the bars of the saddle, which is the stiff part that's between the pommel and the cantle, is the only part that's hitting the horse. As you tighten that saddle down, it puts more pressure there, and then it pulls the withers down. Many saddles are too narrow in the front, and when it's too narrow in the front, it pinches the horses in the withers or the top of the shoulder blades and inhibits movement with the horse's shoulders and can cause all kinds of discomfort for the horse. If it's rocking or it doesn't fit equally on both sides, your horse may need his spine adjusted. They get out of whack just like people do, but also usually it's a sign that your saddle's pinching him on the withers. It's a lot easier to adjust a saddle that's a little too wide than it is a saddle that's too narrow. You can't do a lot about a too narrow saddle except take away some padding. A lot of people, when they see this kind of problem, they'll add pads, which actually makes the saddle narrower underneath and causes even more trouble, because then they have to pull it tighter to make it stay on. That's the last thing we want to do. We want to find a saddle that we can put on a horse. And like this saddle right here, one I designed myself. This is a Mark Hausman Ranch Versatility saddle made by Paul Custom Saddlery in Paris, Texas. If you can throw your saddle up on your horse right here, put a foot in the stirrup, and step up like that without that saddle sliding, it's a pretty good sign that the saddle fits okay and you know how to mount. But it's a good idea to always check. I want to stick my hands up under my saddle in the front and picture the actual bars. If you haven't seen a deconstructed saddle, it's hard to tell. This doesn't matter. This doesn't do anything. We want this out of the way anyway. Up underneath where the actual wooden part of the tree is, it's fiberglass covered or rawhide covered, we want to be able to feel it making contact with the horse under here, up here, and back here, and not feel anything in between. Very often I'll take a large 32-inch silk scarf and I'll put that on underneath it, and I can pull on the sides of it, pull here and pull here, and where I don't feel any resistance, I'm not having the kind of saddle fit I want. I want to feel a little bit of resistance all the way around that saddle and feel that my saddle firmly fits on my horse's back. Then I can add minimal pads and have a horse that's a lot more comfortable, a lot more functional, and it's going to last a lot longer. I'm Mark Hausman from the Mark Hausman Training Center in Waxhaw, North Carolina. That's your tack tip of the day.
Hey, this is Juanita Artis, owner of Ashland Arena. Stay tuned for more Horse Tales with Blair and the PD Cowboy.
Horse Tales is being brought to you today by Campbell's Roofing, roof specialist for residential and commercial. By Arbor One Farm Credit. By Quality Auto Sales for new and used cars. Make Quality Auto Sales your last stop.
By Alive Magazine, your devotional publication. Look for this in your local stores and online at alivemagazine.tv.
KG Smith Company, now stocking a full line of equine supplies. Visit them in Lake City. And by Cody Young, for all of your saddle repair needs.
Folks, join me now, my good friend Linda Moore. She's going to give us a horse tale today. Linda's going to be tough for you to top the one you did last year, but how about let's horse around a little bit and lay a good one on me?
Well, I think, David, that most people are generally interested in celebrities, and so I was trying to think of what to tell you, but I sold a horse to John Wayne, and it was before he got the sorrel horse that he rode all the time, and it was hard to get a horse for him because he was such a big man. You had to have a really big horse, and then you had to add in that nobody would use a horse if it had a clipper mark on it, so it couldn't have any clipper up on here, anywhere. Found the horse, buckskin, beautiful horse. He loved it. Well, he bought it. When we got it out and ready to start doing production, it was an ill son of a gun. Every time, and he's in War Wagon, if you ever see that one.
Oh, absolutely.
If you ever watch it, watch for him on that horse, and the horse will back his ears every time somebody comes around him. And so he rode him for just the War Wagon, and then he just kept him in his personal stable, but he didn't use him in any more movies. The other one was Doris Day, and she was at her prime, and she bought a beautiful gray quarter horse gelding from me, and it was a lovely horse. And I didn't, you know, everybody that was that age knew she was an animal person. So what was funny was that she rode this horse everywhere, and then Disney was shooting a movie, and they couldn't find the right horse for the horse in the gray flannel suit. And finally they ended up leasing that horse from her to use in the horse in the gray flannel suit. So those were two of the nicer horses that I did sell for celebrities. And they, you know, back then that was really something that you did. Nowadays there's just not any big stables. There was only 3 big stables. Skippy, what are you doing? You're not going to be very pretty if you're not. Anyway, there were only 3 big stables that furnished all the rolling stock, which meant stagecoaches, wagons, anything hooked, and then the cowboys. But you stop and think about the monumental cost and how many saddles it took to put on a Western movie, and bridles and everything, and nothing could have a clipper mark on it. So that was pretty monumental right there. But those were the most, most fascinating things. And then I met John Voight, that makes the spurs, and Garcia, and those were really some interesting people. I met some of the saddle makers while I was out there selling horses to them, and those people, I met the man that made all the harness for Ben-Hur, and that was fascinating.
Well, Linda, I'm going to stop you. You know why? Because I'm going to use you again, and you keep on. Because I know the audience is loving this, and I'm eating it up too, but I'm not going to let you tell them much more because we're going to have you back. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Folks, we had a great time here today with Donde and Stephanie at the trail ride. As you see, we got a big line for lunch. Me and Richard just had us a good old cheeseburger, and we were in paradise. Folks, like I say, it's a great time here today. Met a lot of new friends on the trail, saw a lot of old friends. And folks, like I say, it's very humbling with the response we got here today. And hey, one thing you're going to do for the old cowboy, when you're out there, you're patronizing some of my sponsors, or people say, hey, advertise with Horsetail. Good folks doing a good thing for the horse industry in the area. And hey, you can follow us on Facebook, maybe Twitter. This old cowboy ain't too good at it, but we mess with it a little bit. We've got a great website you can go to. And folks, like I say, it's been a great day out here, and just cannot express how much fun it is out here enjoying parts of America on horseback. Folks, don't be shy. If you want to get into the horse business, there's so many people out there. Email me, I'll help you all I can. It's just a great family sport, as you can see here today. Folks, we just want to thank, like I say, Donde and Stephanie, and hey, I want to welcome them aboard as a sponsor for us. So they have a fall ride and a spring ride, so you can go to Facebook or our website and you will see that. So once again, until next week, keep your reins low and your hands quiet, and God bless America.